Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 most dangerous roads in India. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. We're talking about roads so intense, so harrowing, that even ordering an Uber there would make your driver file a formal complaint. From treacherous mountain passes to chaotic city streets, these roads are not for the faint of heart. We're talking sheer drops, blind turns, and more potholes than a Guillermo monologue after a long weekend. So whether you're a seasoned road tripper or just an armchair adventurer, join us as we navigate the most white-knuckle driving experiences India has to offer. Don't worry, we've got insurance. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have Zojila Pass. At over 11,500 feet above sea level, this is one high-altitude anxiety attack waiting to happen. Connecting Srinagar and Leh, it's basically a narrow ribbon of dirt and gravel carved into the side of a mountain. Think switchbacks, tight corners, and enough hairpin turns to make you look like you're starring in a Bollywood car chase. And did I mention this road is usually only open for a few months out of the year because it's buried under snow the rest of the time? Talk about limited-time thrills! Zojila is not for the inexperienced driver or the faint of heart, but hey, at least the views are breathtaking. Just make sure you don't forget to breathe because the altitude can be a real, well, you know. Coming in at number 9, it's the Leh-Manali Highway. This iconic road trip is on every adventurer's bucket list, and for good reason. Spanning over 300 miles through the breathtaking Himalayan landscape, you'll encounter everything from rugged mountains and high-altitude passes to lush valleys and sparkling rivers. Sounds idyllic, right? Well, hold on to your hats and your lunches, because the road itself is a real test of patience and nerves of steel. Landslides, flash floods, and unpredictable weather can turn this dream drive into a nightmare faster than you can say, chai tea. But hey, who needs paved roads and guardrails when you've got stunning views and the thrill of a lifetime, right? Just make sure you pack your sense of adventure and maybe a spare tire or two. Buckle up for number 8, the Hindustan-Tibet Road, also known as NH22. This historic highway winds its way through the Himalayas, connecting India to, you guessed it, Tibet. While it serves as a vital trade route, it also has a reputation for being one of the most challenging and dangerous roads in the world. We're talking narrow roads, steep drops, and more hairpin turns than a figure skating competition. Oh, and did I mention the frequent rockfalls and landslides? It's basically like playing a real-life game of Mario Kart but with higher stakes. But hey, at least you can impress your friends with stories of your harrowing journey through the Himalayas. Just maybe skip the part where you almost drove off a cliff while trying to take a selfie. Now this road isn't for the faint of heart, or those who value things like pavement and guardrails. This treacherous path is basically a narrow, winding track carved into the side of a mountain, offering stunning views and a healthy dose of existential dread. Think sheer drops, blind corners, and enough potholes to make your car beg for mercy. It's basically the road trip equivalent of a trust fall. Except the only thing catching you is gravity. But hey, if you're looking for a driving experience that's equal parts terrifying and exhilarating, then Kichcha Road is calling your name. Just make sure you pack a good sense of humor, and maybe a spare tire or two. This scenic route takes you through the lush greenery of the Western Ghats, but don't let the pretty scenery fool you. This road is not for the faint of heart, or those who prefer their vehicles with 4 functioning wheels. The narrow Matharan Road is notorious for its potholes, which are more like craters really. You'll be dodging them left and right, feeling like you're in a real-life game of Frogger, except the logs are trying to swallow your car whole. But hey, at least you can tell people you survived the narrow Matharan Road, just maybe skip the part where you lost your muffler in that giant pothole. This high-altitude mountain pass sits at a dizzying elevation of over 13,000 feet, offering breathtaking views and a serious case of thin air. But the real challenge here is the road itself. Think narrow lanes, sharp curves, and a sheer drop-off on one side that'll make your stomach do somersaults. Oh, and did I mention the unpredictable weather? One minute you're cruising through sunshine, the next you're dodging hailstorms and navigating through thick fog. It's basically like Mother Nature's own obstacle course. But hey, if you can handle the Sella Pass, you can handle anything. Just make sure you pack your oxygen tank, and maybe a parachute, just in case. Holding the impressive title of the world's highest motorable road, take that, Everest Base Camp. This is one road trip you won't soon forget, or maybe you will, due to the altitude sickness. At over 17,500 feet above sea level, this pass is not for the faint of heart or the weak of lung, but hey, at least the views are breathtaking. Just try not to pass out from excitement or lack of oxygen. Seriously though, altitude sickness is no joke. Make sure you're prepared with medication, plenty of water, and maybe a Sherpa or two to carry your snacks. This engineering marvel is not for those who get carsick easily. As the name suggests, this road features 3 levels of switchbacks stacked on top of each other, making it look like a giant game of Hot Wheels gone rogue. You'll be twisting and turning your way up the mountain, feeling like you're on a roller coaster that never ends. Just try not to lose your lunch, or your mind, along the way. But hey, at least you can say you've conquered the 3-level zigzag road. Just maybe warn your passengers to bring a barf bag. Or 2. This scenic route through the tea plantations of Kerala is a feast for the eyes, but a test for the nerves. With its narrow roads, blind corners, and steep drops, Munnar Road will have you holding your breath and praying to the gods of good driving. And if the road itself wasn't enough to contend with, you'll also have to dodge reckless drivers, errant livestock, and the occasional monkey business. It's basically a real-life game of Frogger, except the stakes are much higher. But hey, at least you can reward yourself with a cup of freshly brewed tea once you reach your destination. Just try not to spill it all over yourself when you slam on the brakes for that rogue cow in the road. Collie Hills Road. With its 70, yes, you heard that right, 70, hairpin turns, this road is not for the faint of heart, or those who get motion sickness easily. You'll be twisting and turning your way up the mountain, feeling like you're in a washing machine on spin cycle. And if the hair-raising turns weren't enough, you'll also have to contend with narrow roads, steep drops, and the occasional errant wildlife. But hey, at least you can say you survived the Collie Hills Road. Just maybe pack a barf bag, or 10, or... Thanks for joining us on this thrilling journey through India's most dangerous roads. Remember, safety first. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content. We've shown you some of the most harrowing white-knuckle driving experiences India has to offer. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're going to go relax with some soothing nature documentaries. No mountains, no potholes, just calm, peaceful scenery. Drive safe, and see you in the next adventure.